So it's always a nice easy start, especially if you're watching this live or sometime in the morning, or maybe you've been sitting down for a while if you're watching on the recording. So just find a comfortable standing position. You want to try and have your feet directly below your hips. Bring your weight a little bit forwards in your feet, just allowing your hips to drop back a little bit. Trying not to hold any tightness in lower back, hips, buttocks. And beginning to turn in that center part of your body between hips and waist. With the weight of your arms hanging from your shoulders. Just letting the movement build in its own time. Feeling it as you begin to move, muscles, joints, other tissues beginning to move, to resonate to the rhythm of the movement. The back, sides, the front of your body, and your arms. Just letting your thoughts begin to settle. The rush to get here, to be here with the recording, with the class. Just take a back seat. See, this is a time where you can just engage with your body rather than having to engage with the rest of your life just for a short time. And how your body supports itself, so your feet and your legs, your back, supporting the front of your upper body, so try not to pull in your belly or hold on to any tightness, stiffness, chest, your shoulders. You're familiar with the postures. Try and recall that feeling when you do settle into the posture, those little glimpses, quality of the movement, the quietness of your attention. Breathing coming nice and easily, not any particular breathing pattern or any particular method. Just letting your breath fill the space in your chest, in your lungs. The freshness of the in-breath, tingling in your nose, the throat, top of your mouth, chest. Pull your attention back a little bit, away from those specifics, to a sense of your whole body, movement, turn in the center, feel the movements resonating upwards and downwards to your knees and to your feet, to your back and your shoulders. Where areas of blockage, tightness, but not dwelling on them. Aware also of those areas where there is movement, there is that sense of the flow of the energy. It's just the feeling when your arms swing round and just gently strike sides or the rear of your body. And what happens if you try to just pick up the pace of the movement, moving from your center, moving a little bit more in your hips, your waist, bit faster, perhaps. Beginning to feel that you can release some of the tightness in the joints of your legs, your ankles, your knees, the hips. And then your hands palm forwards and raise them up gently, no higher than your shoulders, elbows hanging down, feeling quite heavy. And your hands drop down. Turn one foot out, step forward with the other foot. Into push gently against the ground. Moving your weight from front to back. Feeling the center of your body turning in response. Again, a nice steady rhythm beginning to build. Rhythm, the body will begin to resonate to the muscles of your legs starting to work, warm up. On the other side, think about your stance. Do you have a wide enough step to continue to allow your legs to support you? You've got a long enough step to feel the change from one leg to another as your weight moves. Bringing your feet parallel once again, toes pointing forwards, weight a little bit forwards. Imagine behind your knees a little ball. Knees come to a position in line with the balls of your feet, but your hips dropping back, a feeling of overhanging in lower back and hips and buttocks. Hips in line with your ankles. Arms hanging down still. In the weight of your arms. And then just slowly and gently, the hips drop back more. So you just sit down on the edge of a table and then notice when your legs start to push you up. Top of the movement once again, letting your hips drop back. Feel how your shoulders follow that movement. Pushing up. As you drop down, moving your back, a slight lengthening of your back, which contracts to draw your shoulders down. As you push up with a rising pressure, very gently moving up your back to your shoulders. Trying to get a feeling of allowing yourself to drop. allowing your center of gravity to drop, to root down. Bring your arms around, imagine cradling the ball, and as you push up, with the pushing your elbows out, the top of the movement, turn your hands as though they're resting on the ball, and even if you feel you know the movement, if you've done this one many times with me, check, where are your hands going to when you push up? Where are your hands going to when you sink down? It's a simple movement straight up and down. Is there an urge to somehow modify it, make it more complicated? Sometimes we will imagine just moving through water, wherever our bodies change, as sense of the resistance that we might expect in water. This encourages your body to change the way it moves. Feel that rhythm in the movement, this time expanding, contracting. Soles of your feet, the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers. This time at the bottom of the movement, simply turn your hands so your fingers point out. The wild goose. Maybe the image of the bird in flight offers quality, a feeling you can bring into the movement. Maybe not. Feel in your body the change. Slightly more expansive feeling in solar plexus and chest. In the rise and fall of the movement, the expansion and contraction in your back and your sides. And then your hands coming down, and when they're level with your hips, just let them drop all the way down, across, pushing up again, elbows coming out. And the whole body just gently reaching out. Try not to stiffen up in your fingers. Heart in the clouds. Just feeling that expansion again, right the way through your body from your center outwards. And then back into your center, back into the ground. More time. Keep the rhythm going in your body, contracting, sinking, rooting down into the ground, expanding back up, and just focusing on one side of your body, pushing up, wind your arm around gently, draw down. Dragon plucks the stars from the sky. Move your attention to the opposite side and same thing, expanding and contracting. Feel the effect of the movement as though you're being gently massaged through the side of your body. Try not to rush. Notice if you're a tendency to speed up, that's very common. Complete each movement before you start the next one. Complete each stage of each movement before you start the next one. This time, letting your arms drop down, hips just dropping back a little. Bring your hands to the side of your hips and around in front, pushing up, lengthening gently through your back. And then once again, your hands returning back to the sides of your hips. And then again up, and this time pushing out, bring the movement across your back and back. Extending and contracting. Extending and contracting. This time, as you push out sideways, just turn gently again in the center of your body, your hips, your waist. And then back, bringing your hands back to the sides of your hips. Turn the other way. And back. And then push out sideways. Just pushing in 4 directions. Feel the expansion perhaps from your center, pushing up, pushing down, pushing sideways, choosing the pathway that you wish your arms to travel on. Feeling the flow of the movement, the energy within your body, outwards and inwards. Which parts of your body do you feel the movement in? And then letting your arms drop. Where the weight of your arms once again. And this time, one arm is pushed out, swinging around and in line with your nose, in line with your navel, the center line of the body, straight down. And again, gently draw your fingers back, palm of your hand facing out. Again, are you doing this movement correctly? Your hand come into the correct position? Are you shortcutting the movement? And this time, when your hand reaches the top, just turn a little bit again. Down. Now, changing sides. If the other arm rests, same thing on this side. Is there any difference between one side of your body and another? And then add in the turn. Now, once again, letting your arms rest, putting your hips back, pushing up. Sinking down, pushing up. As you sink down next time, gently push your hips back. Feel what happens in your back, the shoulders, and then letting your hips drop back again, feeling what happens in your back and your shoulders. Push up. Very gently, aware of what's happening in your back and your knees. Aware of the way that your center moves the body, aligns your body with the pull of gravity. This time, as you push up, your arms follow your shoulders, rowing a boat in the middle of the lake. Not gently, just a moment of settling into your posture before you start again. One more time. Back. Bringing your hands to rest in front of your belly, palm down. Turn horizontally, then push your hips back. Your arms push forward, swing across, come back to the center, settle in again, change direction. Polishing the table. Notice where our hips move. Now the center of the body, guide your arms through the shape of the movement. all round. Standing again, your arms rest, feeling again how you're supported, feet and legs, back supporting the front of your body. Supported from within by your skeleton. Just begin to gently transfer your weight from one foot to another. Just a small movement. You might want to just take a slightly wider stance. Feet can turn out very slightly. As you go into your right leg, see if you can just sink down as before. Slight push up, gentle curve over, down into your left leg. Gentle expansion over and down. As you go into your right leg this time, turn to your left. Your right hip coming a little bit forwards. Over and down into the left leg, turning to the right. Feel the hips roll in slightly. Place your hands on your hips. Feel your hands moving. Your shoulders begin to mirror rolling of your hips, just lifting slightly down, not a big movement. Feel gentle movement in your shoulder blades. Again, as though the upper part of your back were being very gently massaged by the movements. Elbows beginning to move just a little. And then bringing your hand out, pressing downwards, front of your hip. This is bear play. You're rolling, massaging, feeling in your back and your shoulders. Hands moving as though they're moving the pedals of a bicycle. And how sinking down in your legs moves you. What it would be like to do this on a trampoline on a bouncy castle. As you sink down, you feel the push up, guide it over and into the opposite leg. Start all over again. The sense of movement of energy coming from the ground. Now your center guides your shoulders and your arms. Shoulders are soft, arms are soft. Imagine moving through water. So your whole body now being massaged from within. There's areas of tightness and stiffness, perhaps beginning to just release a little bit. One more time. Back to the center. Resting in this position again for a few moments. Once again, take a slightly wider stance. Again, feet a little bit turned out. The hips drop down a bit. More space now for your center to drop. And again, just moving your weight a little from foot to foot. Keeping your body upright as you move. Don't tilt your pelvis. Again, giving yourself time to settle into the leg, but this time, no upward movement, straight across. Coming into your left leg and just gently turn a little bit to the left. Think about the angle of your foot, beginning to look in that direction, feeling your navel facing that direction. And across into your right, turn, navel facing the same direction as your toes. When you turn, feel again your shoulders following, the head following. Bringing your hands to your sides. Feel how your hands follow the movement. Try not to stiffen up in your fingers. Coming into your right leg and then pushing into your left leg as you arrive in the left, gently raising your left hand. Hand is above your foot, elbows above your knees. The hand come back down, turn in the other direction, raising your right hand. Elbows dropping down below the hand. Looking across your fingers to the distant horizon. This time, leave your hand in position to bring your body back. Come across, turn the hand down. So imagine holding a ball between your hands. Move across into your left, and this time, as you go back into your right, swinging the right hand out, press down till your left hand rests in front of the left hip. Coming back, it's just parting the wild horse's mane. Both hands turn palm in here, draw back into your right. Holding the ball, then releasing into parting the wild horse's mane. Back. Your left hand pushes down. Imagine an extension from your left hip to your right shoulder to your right hand. Now, diagonal extension, right hip, left shoulder, left hand. How does that feel in the front of your body, in the back of your body? Again, check that you're doing the movement. Is your hand arriving in the correct place? Is your weight correct? Is the angle of your body correct? Part in the wild horses, mate. Movement is energy generated the ground, so lower part of your body, feet, legs, hips, center. Finding its expression in the upper part of you. One more to each side. Notice if there's an urge to move faster, to move on. Go back to the hip width stance. Imagine parallel lines moving through your feet, like tram lines, like train lines. Turn your left foot out a little bit. Step straight ahead with the right foot, so keep it on that line. Notice that here you can still see the background between my legs. Make sure you've got a long enough step that you can distinguish what's happening in each leg. Too short a step will blur that, but not so long that it's a struggle when you begin to move your weight. And once again, just settling in your back leg, feeling the push back up, letting that push you into the front leg, settling in the front leg, feeling the rising push, guiding that back. Trying as much as you can to keep your hips and your shoulders facing straight ahead. Keeping the alignment of your body with the pull of gravity. Notice whether you have a tendency to lean backwards or forwards. Your upper body resting on your hips. Once again, bring in that image of moon through water, so the air around you were thicker than normal. Notice any change in the upper part of your body. Remember, you're in water, the pressure of the water would push your shoulders back. So what is your body doing to maintain that alignment? Shoulders in line with your hips. Leaning forwards, pulling back. Then your weight settling in each leg. And this time, when you go into your back leg, just gently raise your front toes. Feel how your body settles more into the back leg. What could be turned out here? Go forwards, push your back knee forwards. Feel your hip dropping as your weight settles more into the front leg. Looking for that alignment in your body. Now more over single leg. And then resting in the back leg, drawing your foot in. Push out, place in the same place, put your heel down, lower your toes, gently push the foot into the floor. Go forwards, raise the back heel, bring your foot in, push back and out to the hip width, all of the foot goes down your heel, press in gently, let your weight follow. Plant the foot. Trying to keep your pelvis and your hips level, not straining to bring your foot in. Contraction of your leg. Just raising your knee a little bit as the foot comes in. Give yourself time to settle, to root, become stable before you move the foot. This is not a race. Change sides. And starting from the parallel position, imagine the tram lines. Turning your right foot out. Plant the left foot forwards. Transferring your weight. Giving yourself that moment in between each transfer of your weight to truly settle into your foot. Just a moment in time. Just a comma in a sentence. Raising toes and heel. Settle in. Push the back knee forwards. Settling into your back. Raising your front toes. So you're moving through water. Bring your foot in. Plant the foot forwards. Ensure you're getting your foot in the right place each time. And then step through. Your forwards or backwards, depends where you have the room. Imagine walking on thin ice. As you plant the foot, as you press gently in, testing the ice before you commit your weight. So you're walking through the sea, feeling the sand, the seabed beneath your feet, and just testing, is it going to carry your weight? Change direction if you haven't done so already. Finish with your left foot forwards. Come back into the stance. Weight in your back foot. Fold your hands over your belly. This time, as you push forwards, feel the movement rising through your belly, solar plexus and chest. Pushing your arms out and then sinking back and draining away from your upper body. Just pigeon spreads its wings. Belly and chest extending out gently. Shoulders nice and soft. Let the pace of the movement come from the pace of the movement of your weight. Your attention expands outwards from the ground, from your center to your fingertips, and returns. One more time. And then letting your hands drop down, feeling the weight of your arms hanging, pushing forwards as you settle in the front foot with your arms swinging through. Fisherman cast the net. Notice that there's a very natural curve in the shape of your fingertips, the pattern of your fingertips. You don't have to lift your arm, you just swing up quite naturally as you settle in to each supporting leg. Here, now, aware of the weight of your arms in the middle as you swing through. This time, as you go into your back foot, turn into your right, as we did before, following the line, the direction of the back foot. Arms still swinging, rising up gently, back hanging down, gently curving. Your arms guided by the transfer of your weight, turning in your center, not straining in your back or your shoulders. This time, as your arms swing up, feel the expansion in the side of your body, pushing your arms up, go forwards, turn, hands are palm down, come down towards your hips, you turn, and again, this time expanding in the left side of your body. Drawing your fingers through this curved movement like a sideways figure of eight, like the infinity sign. Imagine your fingers tracing out the sign. Imagine the shape, letting your body flow through it. Not losing that sense of attentiveness to your weight, transfer foot to the turning in your center. Coming back, and this time raising your front toes, bringing the foot in. Plant the foot forwards. Forwards, turning, raise the heel, bring the foot in. Plant the foot back. Bringing the front foot in as your arms rise, maybe just raising your knee a little bit. And plant the foot forwards. Foot in, raising your knee. plant the foot. And bring your feet parallel. Right foot forwards. Same sequence, so starting with your weight in your back foot, hands folded across your belly. Pigeon spreads its wings. So you're moving through water, so the air around you, perhaps thicker than normal. Just aware of your body's response to that resistance. Not straining, not stiffening, softening in joints like your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, and your fingers. Softening in your chest, your back. It's time. When you go into the back foot, letting your arms drop down. Fisherman castanet, facing forwards, your arms swinging forwards and backwards. Feels as though the shoulder joints are being massaged within the joint by the movement itself, not straining, move your arms. Aware of the patterns of expansion and contraction, your back, sides, front of your upper body. Turning as you move back. The change in those patterns, movement of expansion and contraction in your upper body, alternating side to side this time. And into the figure of eight move. Stepping in, planting the foot, stepping in. I'm bringing the foot in, maybe raising the knee, doing the expansion through your body. And then once again, either forwards or backwards, bringing the empty foot in, stepping through. Change direction. And bring them big pound. Shake out. Now just rubbing your hands together. Tapping over your face. And then over your head and neck. One shoulder. Feel how the muscles resonate to this tapping. Your arm. The other side. Your back. Around your hips. Your legs. Onto your belly. Then the upper part of your chest. So come back to the parallel stance. Waist a little bit forwards. And now once again, letting your hips drop. It's time pushing up, your arms expanding outwards. Just below your shoulders, bringing them around to hold the ball, feeling the pull of gravity through your hips, your back, your shoulders, drawing your hands in, drawing you back down. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Just observing, what is it that brings you back to the mountain? Those qualities, stillness and movement, strength and space. Be useful to you when you leave the session. Turn to your daily life. One more round. And stand. Lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. I have to say that went very quickly for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Classes continue this week and next week as normal, and then there'll be a break for a couple of weeks. So thank you very much. Take care of yourselves and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.